All right, everybody, welcome back. Looks like we are on day 6 of A Raisin in the Sun. So I know this is different, doing videos and trying to read a little bit and not saying, hey, here's some page numbers, but just bear with me. Remember to do your journal entries after each video. So you write those down, just your thoughts, comments, concerns, questions, insights, predictions, summary, whatever you want to do, right, in your journal. And I know that the journal only had a couple of pages. I thought you could print it out more than once, or if you don't want to print it out, because I know I had to go buy a printer for our house for my wife's all the stuff she prints out for her work, and then Miranda and whatnot. And ink's expensive, printer's expensive, so you don't have to do it on the sheet I gave you. You can just do it on a piece of paper, or you can just type it. I don't care how you do it, as long as you're doing a journal entry after each video. Okay, you should have 5 done already, and then this will be the 6th one. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with on page 74 of the book. If you have the book, it's Act 2, Scene 2, and Scene 1 ended with Mama buying a house. Right, being really excited about it. Ruth being excited about it. Travis being excited about it, and Walter being crushed. Right, and he yelling at his mama. What do you care if you crush my dreams? You who always talking about your children's dreams. What do you care? So what? So what if I'm just squished like a bug again? Big deal. I'm used to it. And he gets up, leaves, and slams the door, and Mama's sitting there by herself. So now Mama's been able to buy the house and kind of do something for her dream. But she crushed Walter. She needs to send Benita to school. What might she do? Right? How might she solve this problem? And then we got Ruth, who's having the baby, and maybe Ruth can keep the baby now that they're gonna have a house and a place to raise it. All right, a place for it to place space and stuff. Right. All right. Sorry. Here we go. George. Okay, whatever you say. And they both, Beneath and George, are sitting on the couch. He tries to kiss her, and she like, no way. Look, we've had a nice evening. Let's not spoil it, huh? He again turns her head and tries to nuzzle in, and she turns away from him, not with distaste, but with momentary lack of interest, in a mood to pursue what they were talking about. I'm trying to talk to you. We always talk. Yes, and I love to talk. I know it, and I don't mind it sometimes. I want you to cut it out. See the moody stuff. I mean, I don't like it. You're a nice-looking girl, all over. There's a winning line right there for you. That's all you need, honey. Forget the atmosphere. Guys aren't going to go for the atmosphere. They're going to go for what they see. Be glad for that. Drop the Garbo routine. It doesn't go with you. As for myself, I want a nice, simple, sophisticated girl, not a poet. Okay? Did you see what he said to her? You're a beautiful girl. You got a good body. That's all you need. No one cares about what you think or what your ideas on things or what you want to do in your life. A man wants what he can look at, and you look good, so just be satisfied with it. Yeah, chauvinistic thing to say, and not at all what Benita wants to hear, because that's not the kind of person Benita is. She rebuffs him again, and he starts to leave. Why are you angry? Because this is stupid. I don't go out with you to discuss the nature of quiet desperation or to hear all about your thoughts, because the world will go on thinking what it thinks regardless. Then why read books? Why go to school? It's simple. You read books to learn facts, to get grades, to pass the course, to get a degree. That's all. It has nothing to do with thoughts. Please don't believe that. Please. Because that is absolutely not true. Not true at all. Grades count. I mean, I know in your life grades are important, but overall grades are this important, and thinking is this important. This important. This important is my big belly. Very important. I see. A longer pause as she looks at him, and then she says, good night, George. George looks at her a little oddly and starts to exit. He meets Mama coming in. Oh, hello, Mrs. Younger. Hello, George. How you feeling? Fine. Fine. How are you? Oh, a little tired. Them steps can get you after a day's work. You all have a nice time tonight? Yes, a fine time. Well, good night. Good night. He exits. Mama closes the door behind her. Hello, honey. What you sitting like that for? I'm just sitting. Didn't you have a nice time? No. No? What's the matter? Mama, George is a fool. Honest. She rises. Mama, hustling around, unloading the packages she has entered with. I'm sorry, she stops. Is he, baby? Yes. You sure? Yes. Well, I guess you better not waste your time with no fools. Benita looks up at her mother, watching her put groceries in the refrigerator. Finally, she gathers up her things and starts into the bedroom. At the door, she stops and looks back at her mother. Mama? Yes, baby? Thank you. For what? For understanding me this time. She exits quickly and the mother stands, smiling a little, looking at the place where Benita just stood. Ruth enters. Remember? Because they were saying earlier to her, pretty much not you good looking, baby, that's all you need, but saying to her, George is a nice guy. He's rich. You wouldn't marry him if he asked you. You'd be set for life. You have to suffer in poverty like we have. And Benita's like, I don't want that. No, that's not what life is about for me. I need more than that. And so when she says he's a fool, and Mama just goes, is he, baby? You sure? Then don't waste your time with no fools. Right? I got your back, honey. Don't worry. Ruth comes in. Now, don't you fool any of this stuff, Lena. Oh, I just thought I'd sort a few things out. Ring, ring. Phones used to ring like that. Ruth at the phone. Hello? Just a minute. Walter, it's Mrs. Arnold. She goes back to the phone. Hello? Yes, this is his wife speaking. He's lying down now. Yes? Well, he'll be in tomorrow. He's been very sick. Yes, I know we should have called, but we were so sure he'd be able to come in today. Yes. Yes, I'm very sorry. Yes. Thank you very much. She hangs up. Walter standing in the doorway of the bedroom behind her. That was Mrs. Arnold. Was it? She said if you don't come in tomorrow that they are getting a new man. Ain't that sad? Ain't that crying sad? She said Mr. Arnold's had to take a cab for 3 days. Walter, you ain't been to work for 3 days? This is new information to her. She covered for him on the phone, but she had no idea. Where you been, Walter Lee Younger? Walter looks at her and starts to laugh. You're going to lose your job. That's right. Oh, Walter, with your mother working like a dog every day. That's sad, too. Everything is sad. What you been doing for these 3 days, son? Mama, you don't know all the things a man what got leisure can do to find in this city. Well, maybe I should have come make this video today. I can't read a lick. I'm sorry. Let me try that one again. Mama, what you been doing for these 3 days, son? Mama, you don't know all the things a man what got leisure can find to do in this city. What's this, Friday night? Well, Wednesday I borrowed Willie Harris's car and I went for a drive. Just me and myself. I drove and drove way out, way past South Chicago. And I parked the car and I sat and looked at the steel mills all day long. I just sat in the car and looked at them big black chimneys for hours. Then I drove back and I went to the Green Hat, a place to drink. And Thursday, Thursday I borrowed the car again and I got in it and I pointed it the other way. And I drove the other way for hours, way, way up into Wisconsin. And I looked at the farms. I just drove and looked at the farms. Then I drove back and I went to the Green Hat to get drunk again. And today I didn't get the car. Today I just walked all over the South Side. And I looked at the Negroes and they looked at me. And finally, I just sat down on the curb at 39th and South Parkway, and I just sat there and watched the Negroes go by. And then I went to the Green Hat. You all sad? You all depressed? And you know where I'm going right now? Ruth goes out quietly. Oh, Big Walter, is this the harvest of our days? You know what I like about the Green Hat? He turns the radio on and the steamy deep blue pours into the room. I like this little cat they got there who blows the sax. He blows. He talks to me. He ain't but about 5 feet tall, and he's got a conked head, and his eyes always closed on all music. Walter. And then there's this other guy who plays the piano, and they got a sound. I mean, they can work on some music. You can come in. They got the best little combo in the world in the Green Hat. You can just sit there and drink and listen to them 3 men play, and you realize they don't nothing matter worth a damn, but just being there. Okay, now this was a really tense scene between Mama, a dramatic scene between Mama and Walter, that Zooey came in and interrupted, so the tension and the drama just faded away, because he's been skipping work, he's been driving around town, walking around town, driving up into Wisconsin, driving looking at the mills, and then going and getting drunk every night. And Mama says, "Oh, Big Walter, is this the harvest of our days?" Now that's interesting, right? Now that Zooey's in here, because we've had some trouble the past few days in our house. You know, it's tough when you're in quarantine, doing what you're supposed to do, you know, all the time, and not doing what you're not supposed to do. And you know, she's a good kid, and she's not smoking pot. You're not smoking pot, right? All right. She's not smoking Mary Jane. You're not smoking Mary Jane. All right. She's not smoking the cannabis. You're not smoking the cannabis. All right. She's not smoking the wacky weed. You're not smoking the wacky weed. Are you? All right. She's not smoking. Got any more words for Mary Jane? The good. I'm not sure I should say that out loud, but I don't know what the good is. You ain't smoking the good, is you? Okay. All right. You ain't drinking, is you?
No.
All right. So it's okay now. So but we have been having a few problems here. See what I'm saying now? Just a little bit. And so I might turn to my wife and go, "Jenny, is this the harvest of our days? All the time we done put into these kids, and this is what comes out? These troubles is what we get for all our trouble? I don't know if it's even worth it." Well, me, I'd say Jenny, she'd say Big Walter, right? Because little Walter just done gone and lost it. He's broken. And now Mama's going to try to fix it. What will she do, do you think? What do you think Mama's going to do to try to fix it? Now, you know Mama bought a house, right?
Yeah.
Right. Travis is happy about it?
No. Oh, Travis.
Travis is, yeah. Is this the harvest of my days? I was trying to explain to her what a verb was earlier in the day, and I said, "I told y'all this earlier in the year." She goes, "I don't remember that." Anywho, so Ruth's excited about it, right?
Yeah.
Why is Ruth excited about it?
Because she's pregnant and she wants to get out of this.
Right, get out of this rat trap in the small apartment, and maybe she can keep that baby and grow up. And if it's a boy, they'll buy little bunk bed things to put in the room now. And Walter's excited about it, right? No. Why is Walter not excited about it? Yo, I hate that expression, by the way. Hate it. I don't need to explain why I hope. I hate it. All right. It don't mean hemorrhoids. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So Walter's not excited about it because it done crushed his dreams.
Yeah.
You talking about all about caring about your children's dreams and stuff, right? And so Walter's not been going to work, and Walter's been skirting his responsibilities. Nobody knew about it. All right. So Mama's got to try to fix it. What might Mama do?
Maybe. I mean, I'm just putting it out.
She's just guessing.
How much the house costs. I'm guessing it did cost all the money, but maybe she is gonna give him a little bit.
Oh, maybe she'll give him a little bit of money. Maybe a little bit. I ain't got no little bit to give to her. Maybe she got a little bit. I didn't get 10,000. Now, if I died, you get a little bit of money. Right?
Stop.
There was one time that I was sitting like this, and Miranda came up behind me with a knife,
Stop.
and she goes, "Die, die, die, die!" I'm still scarred by that. Okay. No, you're saying you made them?
I did.
Okay.
So like if you want them.
Okay, I'll come down later. Thanks, babe.
I love you, Emily.
Oh, she's the only one in the two classes that you love? I'm sorry, everybody else. Sorry, Tosh.
Keely too. I love you too,
See, when you call out people, that makes other people feel hurt.
I love everybody.
Hurt.
I love everybody.
Get out. All right. So Mama says, oh, she gets at Walter, and Walter, let's go back. Walter says, and there's this other guy who plays the piano, and they got a sound. I mean, they can work on some music. They got the best little combo in the world in the green hat. You can just sit there and drink and listen to them three men play, and you realize that don't nothing matter worth a damn. Just being there. I've helped do it to you, haven't I, son? Walter, I've been wrong. No, you ain't never been wrong about nothing, Mama. Listen to me now. I say I've been wrong, son, that I've been doing to you what the rest of the world been doing to you. She stops and he looks up slowly at her, and she meets his eyes pleadingly. She loves her boy. Hey, you always love your little ones. I always love my little ones, no matter how big they get. Walter, what you ain't never understood is that I ain't got nothing. Don't own nothing, ain't never really wanted nothing that wasn't for you. There ain't nothing as precious to me. There ain't nothing worth holding on to. Money, dreams, nothing else. If it means it's going to destroy my boy. She puts her papers in front of him, and he watches her without speaking or moving. I paid the man $3,500 down on the house. That leaves $6,500. Monday morning, I want you to take this money and take $3,000 and put it in a savings account for Benita's medical schooling. The rest you put in a checking account with your name on it. And from now on, any penny that come out of it or that go in it is for you to look after, for you to decide. She drops her hands a little helplessly. It ain't much, but it's all I got in the world. And I'm putting it in your hands. I'm telling you to be the head of this family from now on like you're supposed to be. Walter's staring at the money. You trust me like that, Mama? I ain't never stopped trusting you, like I ain't never stopped loving you. She goes out and Walter sits looking at the money on the table as the music continues in its idiom, pulsing in the room. Finally, in a decisive gesture, he gets up and in mingled joy and desperation picks up the money at the same moment Travis enters for bed. What's the matter, Daddy? You drunk? Sweetly, more sweetly than we have ever known him. No, Daddy ain't drunk. Daddy ain't going to never be drunk again. Well, good night, Daddy. The father has come from behind the couch and leans over, embracing his son. Son, I feel like talking to you tonight. About what? Oh, about a lot of things. About what you and what kind of man, about you and what kind of man you're going to be when you grow up. Son, so what do you want to be when you grow up? A bus driver. A what? Man, that ain't nothing to want to be. Why not? 'Cause, man, it ain't big enough. You know what I mean? I don't know then. I can't make up my mind. Sometimes Mama asks me that too. And sometimes when I tell her I just want to be like you, she says she don't want me to be like that. Sometimes she says she does. You know what, Travis? In 7 years, you're going to be 17 years old. And things is going to be very different with us in 7 years, Travis. One day when you are 17, I'll come home from my office downtown somewhere. You don't work in no office, Daddy. Nope, but after tonight, after what your daddy gonna do tonight, there's gonna be offices, a whole lot of offices. What you gonna do tonight, Daddy? You wouldn't understand yet, son, but your daddy's gonna make a transaction, a business transaction that's gonna change our lives. That's how come one day when you're about 17 years old, I'll come home and I'll be pretty tired. You know what I mean? After a day of conferences and secretaries getting things wrong the way they do. Because an executive's life is hell, man. And I'll pull the car up on the driveway, just a plain black Chrysler, I think, with white walls. No, black tires. More elegant. Rich people don't have to be flashy. They'll all have to get something like a something a little sportier for Ruth. Maybe a Cadillac convertible to do her shopping in. And I'll come up the steps of the house in the garden away, clipping away at the hedges, and he'll say, "Good evening, Mr. Younger." And I'll say, "Hello, Jefferson. How are you this evening?" And I'll go inside, and Ruth will come downstairs and meet me at the door, and we'll kiss each other. And she'll take my arm and we'll go up to your room to see you sitting on the floor with the catalogs of all the great schools in America around you, all the great schools in the world. And I'll say, all right, son, it's your 17th birthday. What is it you've decided? Just tell me where you want to go to school and you'll go. Just tell me what it is you want to be and you'll be it. Whatever you want to be. Yes, sir. You just name it, son. Travis leaps into his arms. And I hand you the world. Walter's voice has risen in pitch in hysterical promise. And on the last line, he lifts Travis high, right? Gonna give you the world, son. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. What in the name of all that is right is Walter gonna do? Now, Mama says I put $3,500 down on the house. That leaves $6,500. I want you to take the money and go to the bank, put $3,000 away for beneath the schooling. That leaves $3,500 to put in a checking account, and whatever goes in or comes out of that is for you to decide. You be the man and run this family. Look at all that trust you put in him. She didn't get out the door good yet, and he done decided to do some business deal. Now we know he's been wanting to do a deal for this liquor store, right? And so now he's got this money in his hand, and he says to his boy, I'm going to go do a deal tonight. And after this deal, everything's going to be different. I'm going to be able to give you the world. And we're going to have this great big house to live in. I'm going to come home and I'm going to have a gardener outside named Jefferson. and I'm going to come in. Your mom and I are going to kiss each other and go up to your room and say, wherever you want to go in the world, son, it's yours. That's how much money little Walter's going to done been rolling in. Oh, snap. All right. So that was scene two. Um, you can guess what he's going to do, right? Going to go take that money. And do you think he's going to put the money away for Benita? Mm, mm, mm. Trust in the Walter and All right, this next scene is about 20 pages long, so we better make that the next video. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change the assignment on the website to say it's not due yet. We'll make it due next week because I didn't even read the videos yet. We got to put another video out, and I'm going to change that due date a little bit, okay? All right. Thanks for, oh, I didn't write down what day we're on. Thanks for putting up with Zooey coming in and us joking around a little bit. But also, I hope that you can see that it was an example of what she means when she says, "Oh, Big Walter, is this the harvest of our days?" She looks at Walter and sees the kind of guy he is, and that he's broken, and that that's just a good word, broken. And she's like, "Is this the harvest of our days? Is we sowed the seed, we watered the seed, we tended the plants, we shaded them too much sunlight and gave them what they needed, and we worked our fingers to the bone to raise our crop, which is our children, and we harvested them. And is this the result?" I love that line. It's just the harvest of our days. All right, everybody. That's it for today. The little ones didn't come up, so they didn't get to make a cameo. The dog is here. He's hanging out with me. Um, I'll pick this up with Act 2, Scene 3 for the next video. I love you. I do. Please stay happy and please stay healthy and take care of yourself. You are number one priority. All right. I'll see you next time.